All right, trying this again. I recorded this one time and no no audio according to chat. So here we go. If I again, if you don't hear anything, jump in chat and tell me. Um Talking about episode 3 of Silo today. Um this was quite a doozy. I'm seeing starting now I'm seeing episodes the first time with the final effects, the color grading, the sound mixing, all of that stuff. So I've seen like the picture lock. I've read the scripts dozens of times, but it's been a couple of months since I've even seen the picture lock version of this, where you just seeing the takes in the right order, and it'll cut to like a blank screen. It'll say insert effects of generator spinning. So, needless to say, it does not hit as hard as seeing the final product that we all saw on this last Thursday and Friday. Um, so I was on the edge of my seat. It was tense, even knowing what was going to happen didn't matter. I was having quite an emotional roller coaster with you guys. And I think that it's been one of the things I've noticed from the comments and the reviews that people who've read the books aren't being spared a lot of the anguish that people new to this story are feeling. Like we're all suffering together in the best way possible. Um, so in the previous two videos, I talked about one little moment that I think can be missed or not fully appreciated. Um, uh, Moments that are worth going back and checking out a second time. This episode is a little bit longer. I'm going to choose two moments. They're very similar. That's why I'm giving myself um, that freedom. And they come just a few minutes apart at the very end of the episode, without 8 to 10 minutes remaining. And both drive home um, the Rubicon that Juliet is crossing. She is um, stepping into the unknown at the end of this episode, and so much of her personality comes across in these two scenes. In one, she's it's right after the generator's fixed. Incredible moment. I got chills. In the book, it's this really incredible um, description of the generator going super quiet because it's spinning so well. Like the generator room has been this really noisy, cacophonous space until Juliet fixes the alignment, and then there's this silence that falls over the generator room, and that's when people start after a bit of a pause because they don't believe what they're hearing, not hearing. Everybody celebrates, and there's a similar moment here where the generator's spinning like a top, and people are hugging each other. It's you really get a sense of the relief that they feel. But cut to Juliet, and she doesn't seem quite as happy as everybody else. At first, you might think it's relief, but they keep cutting back to her, and you can see that it's not relief; it's something else. This generator being something that only she can keep running with her repair, her fix, um, gives her purpose. And now that the generator is fixed, George isn't there. Her purpose isn't there. She's agreed to take this job up at the top of the silo, a place that she's run away from. She's completely ungrounded in that moment and terrified. I think everyone else is relieved, and she's terrified. And I think seeing Juliet alone like that is pretty powerful. Really moved me. Shirley comes to her, and Shirley's in the celebration mode, and Juliet just kind of almost collapses against her, mouth open, face just pressed onto Shirley's shoulder. Um, it's exhaustion. There might be some relief there, but there's a lot of feeling like I don't know what to do now. Um, this is really hammered home with the second half of this moment that I really recommend going back and looking at that moment. I think it's 8 to 10 minutes in that range at the end of the episode. The other moment comes right after in Walker's workshop. And it's perfect that I'm recording this on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all you amazing mothers out there. Walker is Juliet's mom at this stage of her life. You know, she lost her mom when she was 12, 13 years old, 13. And Walker has been that rock for her in Mechanical. And you can see that in the second episode and in this episode, just as she doesn't let Juliet get away with saying just anything to her or skirting issues or being dishonest. Like, she really calls her out on her BS. There's this incredible, I didn't think anything was going to happen. Like, I'm watching Juliet want to leave that room without saying what's on her mind or without giving Walker a hug. And we see in this moment this kind of this wall that Juliet has up with people. She just will not let herself be close to people. And even I thought she's going to walk out of there without saying anything to Walker or giving her a hug. And when she turns around and gets her bag and comes back, she walks behind Walker, and in the last moment, she can't do it. She stops and just like leans her cheek against Walker's back, and it says thank you for everything, and puts her forehead against her back. And when we turn to see Walker, the front of Walker, we can tell that Juliet's kind of kissing this really special person on her back as she's leaving. And in those two moments, like, we just get how alone she feels. And she's been given incredible responsibility from Johns. And she doesn't even know what's happened to Johns, at this point. It probably hasn't happened yet. But she's going to, find out that the person who believed in her, who offered her this job, is gone. I mean, who's left? And we're going to see in the next episode, right, that her deputy is someone who did not want her to have that job. And zero spoilers about the next episode, but it's no mystery how those two feel about each other. And now, what does she have up top other than the ghost of George to investigate? So, two very quiet moments where we get exactly what kind of precipice Juliet has kind of gone over here. And now she's on her own. And the show will never be the same, and the silo will never be the same going forward. It's almost like these 3 episodes tell her origin story. And once, if that's what happens in the next episode, if she takes this job and puts on that badge, that's going to be the start of something very different for us, the viewer, and for the residents of the silo. And boy, if you thought these first 3 episodes were great, wait till you see the next 7. Thank you guys for all the support. It's crazy. Silo's been bouncing around at number 2 or 3 on Apple's, hot list, going up against shows that have been around a while. And so let's just keep spreading the word and getting more people watching. See if we can ever hit that number 1 spot. The reviews have been absolutely nuts. Amazing review in Forbes today from Paul Tassi, a guy who's writing I really respect. And but huge thanks to all of you guys for helping make this happen, for being on the road with me. Highly recommend, again, going back, watching those 2 scenes with Rebecca, just absolutely embodying Juliet Nichols and showing how much depth there is to this character with almost no words spoken. It's really impressive. I'm not going to start the Emmy push for her yet, but oh my gosh, it's coming. I think she's going to need to get a nod if she keeps this up for a few more episodes. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. I'm going to be up. Shay and I will be up Thursday night watching it again. That's our Thursdays for the next couple of months. So hope you guys enjoy the next episode, and see you in the next video.